How's it going, everybody? It's 2020. This is what is in my camera bag for the year. No one asked for this video, but here it is. Alrighty, let's talk some gear. So I'm a big gear guy, outdoor gear, photography gear. I fall into the marketing pit a lot, but I enjoy it, it's my thing. So in talking about gear, thought I'd open up my camera bag, show you guys. The bag that I use to carry all my stuff is the Wandrd Access Duffle. So if I'm going on a shoot, commercial shoot, traveling, and I need everything, I'm gonna bring this bag. It's a great duffel bag. I carry it every day to the fire station with me, and I'm able to keep part of it portioned off for my camera gear, and the rest can be clothes. However, it's also a great everything bag. So if I want to carry my gimbal inside the bag as opposed to having it outside the bag, and I want all my equipment for a shoot, I can have this bag. And the great thing is it still has the side access. So if I need to get my camera out of the side of the bag, it's still got the door where I can get it, just like the Provoke 21, which is my street photography bag. This is an awesome bag. I've gone to Colorado twice with this. It's my go-to carry-on bag because it's not all camera cube. Now, WANDRD is really great about having like a modular system. So in both these bags, there's modular concepts, which means you can take camera cubes and they fit in the bag. If you don't want the camera cubes, you can take them out. It's great. So it's not just a dedicated camera bag. You can use it as like an everyday carry bag too if you wanted. Or like I said, a carry-on bag if you weren't taking any camera equipment. Now I'll make a separate video about this. This is my street photography bag, like I said. So it just is for the camera, a lens, couple batteries. I can throw the drone in the roll up top if I want to, but that'll be a separate video. And once I get that posted, which is gonna be a couple weeks down the road, I will post it right here and you can take a look at it there. But going back, as a big bag and gear guy, this bag fits a lot of needs. Like I said, the biggest one being that it carries my laptop, my drone, all my spare batteries, my monitor, my camera, my light, a little portable lighting setup I can do like interviews on, my tripod, and it can carry it all inside the bag, which is really, really nice when you're like traveling, when you need all your gear for a shoot and you don't want to throw it in a Pelican case, have to worry about foam and padding and all that. This is the great system and the great thing about this bag. So let's start on the right side. This is a clamshell bag, so it folded out. On the right side, I have my gimbal, which is the Gimbal S. And I added this extra handle on the bottom, so I don't have to worry about unscrewing the top handle, unclipping it, and then putting it on the bottom if I want the bottom, or want to go to underslung. This way I have both handles and more control, which is nice. So that's over here inside the bag. Got a charger. I've got my laptop right here. And this is accessed from the inside and the outside. The laptop that I used to do all my editing on for the time being until I can get a custom PC or something better is a 2018 Dell XPS 15, and it has upgraded RAM, so it's got 32 gigs of RAM, and it's good for 4K. It's got a 4K touch display, which is really nice when you're editing, so you can actually see it in 4K. But it's a good computer and it doesn't really bog down too badly with footage, especially if it's 1080 and 4K. Now drone footage, it will start dropping frames to an extent in Premiere, but that 265 footage is kind of hefty for a laptop sometimes. So hopefully in the future we'll be upgrading to a PC that is custom built. Now to rotate the bag around, starting on the left side, the drone that I use is the Mavic 2 Pro. It's the one with the bigger sensor, the Hasselblad lens on it. I have a filter kit, ND filters that I put on it. Everything will be in the description if you want to find it or purchase it. I'm very happy with this drone. I've crashed it a couple times, but it's very user-friendly, very intuitive. It flies very fast. It's very stable in wind. I mean, I have no complaints. Even if you want to start flying through stuff to an extent, some smaller stuff, it does a great job of that. and it's got manual controls for photo, which is really nice as well. And it shoots in 4K. I've also got on the left side some random parts for my monitor setup. So when I'm running my gimbal, I'll also attach my monitor to it so I can see my focus peaking, and it's really nice when it's really bright out in the sun and you're shooting. You can see what you're actually getting in focus when it's in manual focus. Controller, spare batteries. I keep them in this little, it's just a little bag, but these are just spare Sony batteries. I've got 5 of them. So spare MPF batteries there for the A7 III. And I kind of like the loose bag because it's not padded a lot, but it can like fold up into different ways. So if I need to like shove it into a smaller portion of the bag, you can do that. In this case, it's a low pro. It's like a point and shoot case. It's also very compact, but I have my hard drive in here, which is the Samsung T5. And it is a great little solid state drive, super fast, super small. You can have a bunch of these. This one is, I believe, 500 gigs. So it's not huge. You can buy them in terabytes, but I mean, this is only, I think it's close to $100, maybe $89 for 500 gigs, but it's solid state, so you can edit on it really, really fast. And it comes with a Thunderbolt plug, so you can upload, download really quickly. This is also where I keep my SD cards. I've got a pile of SD cards in this little case, and it all just kind of fits together, which is nice, and doesn't take up a lot of space. I also have some spare MPF batteries. I've got 2 of these larger ones, and then one that's like a little smaller for the monitor. For lenses, I have the Tamron 28-75 f2.8, which is an amazing lens. If you're a beginning Sony shooter, or just any kind of Sony shooter in general, you need to pick up the lens. I think I got mine for around $800 or $900, which is a steal for an f2.8. That's hitting that focal range. It's kind of your all-around kind of mid-range zoom lens. I use that lens all the time, and it's awesome having the f2.8 and just the quality of the lens. It's a really good lens for a gimbal as well because it doesn't weigh a ton. It's not as much as a G Master, and then the price tag just is kind of like the finishing touch on it. I'm not shooting on that. I use this lens. This is the Sony 16-35 Zeiss f4. So it is an f4, but I haven't had really any issues with it. It's also stabilized, which is nice for gimbal work and handheld. It just takes a little bit of the jitters out. It's good for photography as well. It's really sharp. So if you want to take landscape photos or street photography even, I sometimes will just throw this on and use this instead of the punched in 28-75. For ND filters, I have the Peter McKinnon version 2 to 5 stop ND, which is currently on my camera that's shooting me. I bought the 82mm threads, which is really nice because I've step down rings. So I've step down rings on this camera, or this lens, on the lens it's currently on, so I can swap them back and forth. And you don't have to buy individual lenses if you step up to a different sized, different filter if you step up to a different size lens. For audio, I use the Rode Video Micro. I have the Tascam DR10L, which is a lav mic, and it's a really awesome lav mic. Here's my portable light. So I've got obviously a bigger, COB light, but as far as like a panel LED, this is the Aperture F7. It's super bright. It's at 70%, so it goes up to 100%. It's also bicolor, so you can change it to different Kelvin ranges. It uses the Sony MPF batteries, so on one of these batteries it'll go for hours and hours and hours, which is great. I was gonna get the AL-M9, but I wanted something that had batteries, so if I ran out and I was doing an interview or something and needed like a little key light or something, I could do that in a dark room. Actually, the last YouTube video I put up was filmed with this as a key light because it was a small room, but it does put off a lot of light, so maybe I'll be a review in the future. But it's a great little light, and I mean, it doesn't take up that much more room, so just throwing it in there is great, and you have a portable light. Plus, if you get lost in the dark and you're hiking, you got that too. On this right side is my monitor. I have the Shinobi by Atomos. I think for the price, it's one of the better ones you can get. It's reliable, really durable, it's lightweight, and it works really well in the sun, which is what I got it for. So the focus peaking, all the options you have on there, you can add LUTs onto it if you want, but it's just an all-around really good, I think maybe beginner, professional, whatever. It's a good monitor in general. I've got a bag full of goodies, and I've got my miniature Manfrotto Pixie tripod that I take. A lot of times when I'm hiking, I won't bring a full tripod because I kind of like getting lower shots anyways. So if it's like a long exposure or something, just having this will be like really light, and it's awesome for hiking. This is just a random gear bag. Now I will put the drone in here if I'm going to take my Provoke bag out and do some street photography and I just want drone, one battery, and a controller. I'll bring this little bag out. But otherwise, I just keep stuff in here like electrical tape. Got a little duster. There's a rocket blower. I've got a multi-tool. This is awesome and has saved me a lot. It's the Leatherman Skeletool CX, the carbon fiber edition. Awesome multi-tool. When I was deployed, I actually used it a bunch as well. But I also have random cables in here that are all attached, some batteries, a headlamp, some plates, just for extra plates. And then this bag is full of Allen keys, actually. Because you can't have too many Allen keys. They actually make tools that have all the Allen keys together, but like I said, I already have the Allen keys, so didn't invest in the tool yet, but it will be down the road eventually once I think of it. So here's the main camera I use. It is the Sony a7 III. Everybody knows what it is. It's a great camera though, and for those of you that don't know, I actually came from the Lumix. Last but not least, I have my camera strap. This is the Peak Design strap with the quick clips on it. It's a great strap. I'm not really big on having stuff around my neck like having the camera, but it's great for getting B-roll handheld. You can put it around, provide some tension, get some B-roll, and if you just get tired of carrying your camera, it's great to have. But that's pretty much it. That's what's in my camera bag for this year. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, but be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and let me know what you think about my gear, if there's something you think I should have. I know I need a 7200 and an 85 1.8. Those are the next big purchases that I would like to make. What's up guys, it's Nate again. Sorry, I totally forgot to show you guys which tripod I'm running. I hope you guys can hear me with the wind. It's super windy up here, but I'm just filming some B-roll for the video. But this is the tripod I use. It's called a Tokina, and I got on Amazon for like $40. It's rated really well. I've used it everywhere, and it's $40, so you can like chuck it in the water and you don't feel bad about it getting destroyed by sand and water. But as you can see, it's pretty scratched up. Been on a lot of hikes with it, but it is an awesome tripod for $40, so check it out if you're in the market. Thanks for watching. Peace.